The news that India's Commerce Minister has stated that the country hopes to clinch a trade deal with the United States by November has sent ripples across the world. This is not just another announcement, not just another negotiation update. This is a defining moment in India's rise as a global economic power. And it has the potential to reshape trade flows, create new opportunities, and alter the geopolitical map in fundamental ways. To truly understand why this matters, one must go beyond the surface and explore the forces at play: the economics, the politics, the diplomacy, and the vision that India carries as it navigates one of the most complex relationships in the world. When we talk about a trade deal between India and the United States, we are not merely talking about tariffs on steel, dairy, or textiles. We are talking about two democracies, two nations with vast populations and immense potential, deciding to align their economic destinies. For India, such a deal represents access to the largest consumer market in the world, access to advanced technology, investments in energy, and recognition as a reliable partner in the global order. For the United States, this deal represents diversification away from China, access to India's vast consumer base, and the solidification of a strategic partnership in Asia. But let's begin by asking, why November? The timing is no coincidence. November represents a political deadline for both nations. For the United States, it comes as the Biden administration is under pressure to demonstrate results on the economic front, particularly as tariffs and trade disputes with China drag on. For India, November is a point by which the Modi government wants to showcase a major achievement, both domestically and internationally. Imagine the optics to world leaders standing side by side, announcing a comprehensive trade deal that benefits millions of citizens in both countries. Such a moment would not only strengthen bilateral ties, but also send a message to the rest of the world that India and the United States are ready to step into a new era of cooperation. The stakes are immense. Today, the United States is India's largest trading partner, with annual trade volumes surpassing $190 billion. Every year, this number is growing, but without a formal trade deal, there remain barriers that prevent both sides from reaching their full potential. Indian pharmaceuticals, textiles, and IT services still face restrictions in the U.S. market. Similarly, American agricultural products, advanced technology, and energy exports face barriers in India. A trade deal would begin to dismantle these obstacles, allowing a freer flow of goods, services, and investments. Think of the opportunities this opens up: Indian drugs reaching American patients faster and cheaper, American clean energy technology powering Indian cities, and Indian software companies integrating seamlessly with American industries. Yet, this is not just about economics. This deal carries heavy geopolitical significance. We live in a time when China is pushing aggressively to expand its influence across Asia, Africa, and Latin America. The United States sees India as the only country in Asia capable of balancing that influence. Every trade deal, every defense cooperation, every diplomatic meeting between Delhi and Washington is viewed in Beijing with suspicion. And that is why this trade deal is about far more than tariffs. It is about power. If India and the U.S. succeed in clinching this agreement by November, it will be a clear signal that China is not the only game in town. It will show that India has both the economic strength and the diplomatic will to stand shoulder to shoulder with the United States in shaping the future. But let's not underestimate the challenges. Negotiations are rarely straightforward. On the table right now are some highly sensitive issues. India wants lower tariffs on its pharmaceutical exports, its textiles, and access for its IT services. The U.S., on the other hand, is pushing for greater access for its agricultural products, dairy, and poultry sectors that directly affect millions of Indian farmers. The U.S. is also insisting on greater transparency in digital trade and data flows, while India is cautious about opening up its data economy to foreign control. These are not small issues. They touch the lives of millions of ordinary citizens and affect domestic politics on both sides. A single misstep could derail the entire negotiation. And yet both sides know that the cost of failure would be far greater than the cost of compromise. For India, a successful deal means job creation on a massive scale. Imagine thousands of new IT contracts, manufacturing units, exporting more to the United States, and pharmaceutical companies gaining easier access to the largest healthcare market in the world. This means more jobs for young Indians, more growth for the middle class, and a stronger economy overall. For American businesses, this deal means tapping into the largest youth market in the world, India's 1.4 billion people, most of them under 35. Eager to consume new products, adopt new technologies, and engage with global brands. For us companies struggling with rising costs in China, India offers not just an alternative, but a dynamic, democratic alternative. But perhaps the most fascinating aspect of this story is how India is playing its diplomatic cards. Over the past decade, India has embraced a strategy of multi-alignment. On one hand, it is a member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, where it sits alongside China and Russia. On the other hand, it is part of the Quad, with the US, Japan, and Australia, where the clear focus is countering China's influence in the Indo-Pacific. India buys energy from Russia, trades with the Gulf, negotiates with the EU, and now seeks a landmark deal with the United States. This is not contradiction, it is strategy. India is ensuring that it cannot be boxed into any one camp, and this trade deal is part of that larger vision. In the end, whether or not the deal is signed by November, one thing is certain: India is no longer a passive player in global trade. It is setting the terms of engagement, diversifying its partners, and asserting itself as a power that cannot be ignored. This confidence is what makes the story so compelling. For decades, India was seen as a developing country struggling to integrate into the global economy. Today, it is negotiating as an equal, as a nation that can shape the rules, not just follow them. And so, as we wait for November, we must remember that trade deals are not just about economics. They are about destiny. They are about who gets to write the rules of the 21st century. If India and the United States succeed, it will mark a new chapter in the story of two democracies, a chapter that could redefine global power for generations to come. And if they fail, the story will still be written, but by others. The choice is clear. The stakes are high and the world is watching.